Hey guys, welcome back to STEM class. This is Mr. K, and today we are going to be doing a challenge. It's a challenge you've done before, but we're going to look at it in a slightly different way and with a different approach. And hopefully it's going to help you to be successful. The big question for today, though, is, written here on my notebook. So the question is, how do you think critically to accomplish a task? Being a critical thinker is one of the most important things you can become, because if you are a critical thinker, you are going to be able to solve problems in your life and in the real world. And I'll tell you something, everybody's boss wants to hire critical thinkers. So if you can be a critical thinker and you can show that you're a good critical thinker, oh my gosh, people are going to be willing to pay you money to do a great job for them. All right, so we're going to do the Sphero Homecoming Challenge 2.0. What I want you to do is we're going to keep track of your results on paper this time. Instead of a spreadsheet, we're going to go analog. We're going to go old school here. And what I want you to do is I want you to start by remembering the variables we're dealing with. So there are three key variables that affect your Sphero's trip. First one is going to be degrees. So make a heading in your book for degrees. The second thing that is going to matter for your Sphero is going to be power. Remember, that's as a percentage of its ability. And then the last variable you have control over is going to be its time, how long it runs at that speed. So these two factor together to decide how far it goes, and degrees tells you which direction it's going to go. So we're going to do our out code. For me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my out code 90 degrees. I'm going to run the power level at 30%, and I'm going to run it for just 3 seconds. 3 seconds, by the way, I said just. I really shouldn't have said just, because 3 seconds is a long time for your Sphero to run, given the size of our room. So if I were you, I would do 3 at the maximum, and definitely consider going lower than that. Now, I have to show you a new tool, because you might be wondering, Mr. K, why'd you say 90 degrees? Okay, here's why. So I want my Sphero to go that way, out there. And you remember, here's a little Sphero anatomy lesson. You can see in the picture of the Sphero right here, there is an antenna. See the black line? It's right back here. It goes up and back. That antenna is soldered on at the front of the Sphero. So you're looking at its face basically over here, and over here is its rear end. So whenever you have your Sphero, you want to know which end is facing forward. So this is facing forward. Now I want it to go that way, so I have a new tool to show you. This is a nice little compass. And what it has is the symbol for the Sphero up here at 0 degrees. And over there is 90. So Mr. K, why did you decide 90? Well, if its face is here, you think about my Sphero, if its face is this way, 90 would be over there, which is going away from me, which is what I want. If you have a Sphero that's facing this way and you want it to go that way, you just tell it to go 180. But you have this as a resource to use today. So this could be helpful for you to figure out what direction you want your Sphero to go. So sending it out, I'm going to send it out at 90. And if I want it to come back, I have to do the opposite. So the opposite side of that on the compass would be 270. Now you might decide between you and your partner that maybe you want to increase it by 5 degrees or decrease it by 5 or maybe 10 more or 10 less. That's up to you. You can figure that out. But you have this as a reference. This is a tool. It's a good tool to use. So thumbs up for that. All right. So let's see. I'm going to run my Sphero's code. Now, over here on my screen for Workbench, what I have is I've got my code written already. And I did 1 block. 2 blocks actually. No, make that 3. There's my program start block that I got underneath the general category. And then I've got under my Spark category, I set Spark stabilization on. Where did I find that? I think it's under actions. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Set Spark stabilization on. And the other thing I did was I got the roll bar or the roll block. So roll Spark 0 degrees, 50% power 4, and then it says the time over here. And I put that on there. So let me update my code. So I'm going to send it out at 90. My power will be 30. And And I said I was going to run that for 3 seconds, right? Yep, there, it says 3 seconds. So, I guess we're ready to go. At this point, I want to run my code and I want to watch what happens. So, I have a record made of my out code, 9033. 3 numbers. Let's run it and see what happens. See you later, buddy. Okay. A lot of wobbling there. Ooh, not a fan of that. Okay. I'm going to have it come back. And this is what you and your partner would talk about. So to have it come back in, I'm going to run it at, I think 270 makes the most sense. Because look at it. It's, well, you can't see it as well as I can. But from here, it's lined up pretty well at 270. We're going to see just how well it is, but I'm pretty sure 270 is going to hit it. I am going to return it at 30% power. Now, it did wobble a lot down there at the end, so I'm a little worried about that coming back. See what happens if it wobbles when it gets here, or if it stops pretty well. And I'm going to run it for 3 seconds. So this is a safe bet. Let's see what happens. So on my screen, I just have to change my, oops, what's that? Just need to change my degrees. So I double click on the degrees and I'm going to put in 270. I got 30 power. And as I scroll over, you see I got it for 3 seconds. So let's run it and watch what happens. Come on back. Come on back. Here we go. So close. Take a look. There's my little wobbling buddy right there. Let me grab the tape measure. Bust out the centimeter side. And let's see what happened. We are about 20 centimeters away. You can see 20 over there, upside down for you. But we were super close. It kind of rocked and rolled a little bit when it got back home. So I'll just make a note here. 20 centimeters past. So it didn't stop short. It actually went too far, I guess. Which, for me, I think that means I'm going to need to adjust one of these variables down. I like the 270. I feel like it was heading at just the right direction. So we're going to keep that the same. Power back. Now, I have a choice. I can knock down the power. I can knock down the time. One or the other. It's probably not good to change both. So let me... I'm going to try knocking down the time. I'm going to leave the power at 30. And I'm going to try 2.5. And you know 0.5 means a half. So I'm going to do 2.5 seconds. And we'll see what happens. All right, so put the little guy home. Change up my code. Double click. Whoop, double click. No. Double click. There we go. 90. Send them out at 30. Send them out at for 3 seconds. All right, let's run it. See you later. Did I hit the button? I guess not. There we go. Oh, a little bit of wobbling, but he did that last time. All right, so here we go. 270, 30% power, and 2.5 seconds. I have a feeling this is going to be short, but we will see. Because a half a second could be a big difference, but we're going to find out. Knock this and change it into 2.5. Okay, here we go. Come on home, buddy. Oh. You know what I did, don't you? Yeah, I didn't think too critically. I forgot to change something. Okay. You know what I did, don't you? Forgot to change that. Left that at 90. All right, so here we go. Now I have to send them back on the out code, so I reset that to 3 seconds. Always double check your work. 90 out, yes. 30% power, 3 seconds. Okay, see you later, buddy. Excellent. Now let's do this right. 270, 30% power, 2.5 seconds, right? All right, ready? And he's wobbling. Do I want to let him keep wobbling, or should I wait until he stops? Or should I stop him myself? All right, double check your work. 270, 30% power, 2.5 seconds. Here we go. Come on home. Oh, that was really close. All right, so I was close. Probably not as close as I was last time. Last time we went over. This time we weren't close enough. So already, I should be thinking what adjustments would be best. And this is what you and your partner will discuss. So that's 45 away. So 45 centimeters away. Didn't go past, went away. So you and your partner at this point, or if I had a partner at this point, we'd be talking about how we want to adjust it. So do we want to increase the time? I mean, maybe if we did like a 2.8, which is greater than 2.5, that would get us a little bit closer, you know? So let's try that. My new encode. All right, back to the screen. Put our little guy back at home. Still facing the right way. Send him away. 90, 30. Change this back to 3. 90, 33. Okay. See you later, bud. Little wobbly. Now, 270 is what I wrote down. 30%, 2.8 seconds. All right, let's run it. Oh, he hit the edge and he rolled off. All right, this would be where my partner and I would discuss what we want to do next. That was super close. So make adjustments, think critically, and let's see if you can get your Sphero back on the pad.